let me give you mine first because I think it's Snoop Dogg. So
Snoop Dogg, Dogfather.
Yeah. So
That's one of them.
Doggystyle is like an all time album, and
A
And that
classic.
second album wasn't all that.
Dogfather, that wasn't it. And he had all the same like elements in terms of like like produced by Dr.
Same producer,
Dre.
yeah.
Yeah.
Warren G, shit like that.
I thought the
Dash.
Dogfather was on Death Row. I mean, it was on. The Dogfather was on No Limit.
No,
Dogfather was Death Row.
that was his last album.
Santa Claus Coming to the Ghetto, that was on Dogfather.
Yeah.
Going with the first one, which was Snoop Dogg, the Dogfather. Why do you think it didn't do as well? What was it missing?
I think like he didn't have that the single like how the first one had. What's some motherfucking name?
Yeah.
I can't remember the singles of Dogfather. I remember Santa Claus can't go to the ghetto. I can't remember either one.
I just think all the songs wasn't as good.
But like the singles like dictate like the first week sales.
Yeah, but I don't know nothing about the first week sales, but your total sales is kind of what matter. And if all the songs ain't as good, it's gonna get passed around that all the songs ain't as good.
Yeah. So we kind of talked about this in another episode. So an album drops anywhere between 60 to 80% after the first 2 weeks. So you pretty much get the majority of your sales within the first couple of weeks. And basically left you saying it was a weak album. And
yeah, shit's trash.
Okay.
I heard it before, but I can't remember the singles. But you said like he had all the same label, same producers.
Yeah.
Everything was the same.
Okay. And then you said
did Dre make the beats on there? Like the only reason I'm asking is because you remember Pac said Dre wasn't making no beats at the time. He just he wasn't making the beats at the time.
He specifically said he said he was sucking dick and eating pussy. That's specifically what Tupac said.
I know that's what he said. I just was gonna go there,
as far as like with Dre's like he got a lot of credit for like Dad's work. Things that Dad's did, they think Dre did.
Yo, so y'all just brought up a good point. So Dr. Dre had already departed from Death Row, and that's one of the I just googled it. So Dr. Dre had just left Death Row, and he actually didn't produce the Dogfather. So
what about Daz? Because a lot of the shit that Daz did needs to be like Dre did.
My answer to that is Snoop's not a good rapper as Pac, to be honest with you. So the beat switch up could have made more of a difference for him.
So I got producers for the Dogfather as DJ Pooh, who was the primary producer. Daz Dillinger, Superfly, Sam Snead.
The same motherfuckers.
Okay, yeah. So the same people,
pretty much,
excluding Dre, pretty much.
And how many platinum albums has Sam Snead produced?
How many?
Yeah, he did the majority of the albums.
I don't think none.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Okay. Outside of Pac, how many platinum albums has Daz produced?
He produced a lot of Snoop shit, early shit. Early.
Nah, it's early stuff. Well, I mean, Snoop's career been so long, I can give you what you're saying, early stuff. I'm talking about
93, 94.
Yeah, he was producing a lot of stuff. He really was. You could tell it was Dre's. You could tell by the way the beats were sounding.
Another thing, Dre didn't produce that shit Jelly Juice.
Who produced that?
Something named Jelly Roll.
Was Jelly Roll on Snoop's second album?
I ain't see his name pop up.
You see his name? That's what I'm talking about, bro. Snoop production wasn't there, and I guess because Snoop ain't the best rapper. Like I guess when Dre had his production up, he was pulling his raps out his ass. But after that,
the thing with Dre is like Dre a perfectionist. He wouldn't let shit come out. It was good. Yeah. He had the same ear. Jay probably would have never released it.
Yeah, the thing is, and another thing, I think Snoop's the type of dude who raps to the level of his production.
I speak for everybody.
Yeah, but he like he's not that great of a rapper for real. So I think if the level of his production is low, he just be writing some old bullshit.
Yeah, I think to Ox's point, I think it is everybody. But as soon as you said that, the first person I thought of is Nas. Nas is the only one who like get a doodle ass beat and just murder the shit.
Slaughter it, yeah. And even then, Nas, shit, he rapped to the level of his production. That's why his beats. That's why he was even in the conversation of being equal with Jay-Z, because he would rap over a lot of bullshit, and because he be rhyming it so well. But he rap over a lot of bullshit. That's why I used to think Jay-Z was better, but then like lately I'm like, God damn, it ain't even close. once he got some good production, constant
once
good production,
once that Hit Boy connection came in, it was over.
Bro, it ain't even close.
I don't know. I just never really been a fan of Nas, to be honest. So I never really had Nas in my top 5, but once them King's Disease joints start coming out on the Magic joints, and now he's one of my favorite rappers. Like that's somebody that I actually listen.
Niggas used to argue that, and I'm like, I can't see it, bro. This nigga, he don't have his songs ain't that great for y'all to be putting him like over Jay-Z. But then it was like, cause Jay-Z don't rap or work average, so he never did.
You listen to that's the thing though. You gotta like not stomach a Nas album, but you gotta tolerate it because sometimes you listen to it and it's he lyrical, but it's a bland album for the most part.
Yeah. But then once he got with Hit Boy, it was like I don't know what I was talking about.
You know, it's one of my favorite Nas songs from like the I can't even say earlier joints because that Untitled album was kind of late, like in Nas's career. Like he pretty much was in the twilight of his career at that point. But
that wasn't
one of my favorite songs off that joint is Queens Get the Money. And that beat is so basic, but the shit he was just saying on the shit was just hitting. I'm like, damn, it's pretty much wasted that shit.
Nas rap his ass off.
Yeah.
It was like Nas could get about 4 good beats on the album, and he slaughter all of them. You know what I mean? It'd be like some of the greatest songs in history. But most of his early ones, the beats wasn't that great. Even when they talk about Illmatic, I'm like, Illmatic wasn't that great.
You know what I think is the most overrated Nas album is that It Was Written shit. It Was Written. They love Nas fans love that album. I'm like, it wasn't that hard to me.
To me, it wasn't. It wasn't to me either.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like once he got a consistent producer to consistently get him that firework, it's out of here.
It Was Written.
He got better.
It's considered a sophomore jinx.
Yo.
It's so good. No,
that's not considered a sophomore jinx, dude.
I'm talking about
It Was Written so way more than Illmatic.
I'm talking about like we think like the internet consider that like Google. To me it was, but they consider it sophomore jinx.
What did it sell?
I'm about to look it up now.
That was all over the place. That was all over the place. How did that be a sophomore?
So It Was Written was significantly more commercial successful than Illmatic, selling millions more copies and becoming Nas' best-selling album. While Illmatic initially had modest sales,
that's not a sophomore jinx, bro. I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah,
that's Lauryn Hill single alone sold that whole album.
Yeah, that shit went 3 times platinum at that time. It Was Written. Whereas Illmatic didn't even go gold in its first year. And that's another thing too, man. That's what be making me a Nas hater is like, you know what I mean? Like he kind of get like these posts, like what's the word I'm looking for? Like after the fact, like he get all these accolades after the fact. Like people talk about like how like, oh, like Illmatic is like this, was like this cultural phenomenon. And, it get like all these accolades like after the fact. They remember that they romanticize that time period and make it something that it wasn't at that time.
Bro, because that's why a lot of times I be on here and I be saying like controversial things when you ask me stuff. But I'm like, I'm fair. I remember a lot of these dudes, like, what it is, these like little nerdy college writers, because really these are people who wasn't even saying they was into hip hop. They were scared to even come around circles of niggas who was doing hip hop in 1995 or something, 97. They was just writing in their dorm, but they wouldn't come in around the people who was into hip hop.
It was even live back then. A lot of motherfuckers.
No, all these dudes was live, but like they exaggerating. Like when Illmatic came out and it was good. It was good. Good is the most I can say, bro. Like when that was out, nobody was bumping that in their car like that. I'm just saying, it was like for heads that wanted to hear lyricism. Like, oh, now it's got lyricism. But even then, nobody was looking at that. Like nobody would have put Raekwon's album down to listen to Nas's album. It wouldn't even happen.
Definitely, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, it's like people retroactively became Nas fans.
No, it's not that people wasn't Nas fans. Nas was like a $30 hamburger. Now, $30 hamburgers, they're good. And some people have eaten a $30 hamburger. But most people, if they was even going to eat a hamburger, they might eat a $12 hamburger. And $12 hamburgers is good on. Now, that $30 hamburger is for connoisseurs like, oh my goodness. No, it's like a $100 hamburger where it's gold leaf on the hamburger. And they got
they do all the technical shit really well, like the
but it's not a great
like the cheese got to go on the bottom bun.
But they got a special type of cheese. This is Gangazuigi cheese, straight from Italy. They only make it 12 times a year. It's $150 hamburger, and that's cool. And some people gonna come in that restaurant, but majority of people gonna come in a restaurant like where they sell $15 hamburger. They're the best hamburger. They make a lot of them. Nas like, yeah, man, all that jazz shit, because they try to compare it to jazz. That's another thing. The jazz that people talk about sounds like classical music. So like nobody likes classical music. Like, you know what I mean?
That's because
like
he used a lot of jazz samples.
Mm-hmm.
Who's wrote
like people like when they talk about like it's one of the best produced albums ever. That's a lie. None of you niggas even listen to Large Professor. That's who produces the album. Large Professor albums ain't never sold.
And Large Professor, what's that nigga name? Q-Tip.
Tribe Called Quest, they sold, but like the production on the album was not all that. It just is what it is. Somebody was in the comment section arguing on the one video I was talking about now. Like, you're wrong. Nas, that album sonically was mediocre.
Yo, can I get you my favorite Sophomore Slump? Like commercially Sophomore Slump, but to me was a better album than the first. 50 Cent The Massacre. I like the Massacre.
I knew you was gonna say 50 Cent. I was like, what, 50 Cent?
Yeah. I like the Massacre way more than I like Get Rich or Die Trying. It was a better workout to me, but you know, that's the album.
Me too, but
they be talking about like
no, but hold on. You wrong, Rel. You wrong.
Tell me why.
That was the third album.
Oh yeah, because you want to count. Power of a Dollar.
Power of a Dollar was the album, and it came out on a major label. You got to count that.
Yeah. I don't like counting it, but you're right. It was. Yeah, he was signed to I forgot the label he was on. Columbia. Yeah, exactly.
Columbia.
Yeah, it counts.
I actually forgot about it.
So
I forgot all about it.
Speaking of G Unit, what about Lloyd Banks? So Hunger for More was fire, but you don't hear people talk about Rotten Apple.
I'm a Lloyd Banks fan, so I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to fairly assess this.
So tell me what you think about it.
I think all Lloyd Banks albums is fire.
Okay.
Or mixtapes, whatever the fuck it is. Everything Lloyd Banks make is fire. If he chooses to make something.
Yeah.
When he chooses to drop something, it's gonna be fire.
Okay. What you think?
But it could be true because 50 Cent was going down when he put out his second album, and the G Unit has been based on 50 Cent's success, not nobody else. Wasn't nobody else serious about rap like that to me. Even to this day, Lloyd Banks come out when he want to. Whenever I want to, that's when he come out. And he been in the game for 20 years and he still acting like that. Game seemed like he was serious about rap, but like he was doing like Game was the only one really serious about rap back then. It seemed
Buck.
I don't even think Buck was serious about rap. Buck was fire, but it seemed like even him, a lot of these niggas was like basking off of 50 Cent's money. So 50 had a lot of money, and they was like acting like they was because 50 going places acting more bougie than 50.
It'd be like that. Would it be like that?
That's why they fell off. Like you see 50 stay grinding, and he the one with the most money, but these niggas go around acting like bougie bitches because they know 50 can pay for the shit.
That's why Yayo's so loyal. That's why he's so loyal. Yeah. Yayo like good, like I'm a millionaire, I'm good. 50 got he got like big ambitions.
Yeah. Yayo was like Bleak.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, like man, nigga. And Yayo was the worst rapper, so he the least talented one anyway. I think he knows that.
He feel lucky.
Yeah.
He feel like privileged to even be in that position. Because he ain't a good rapper. I ain't saying he bad, but like he ain't good as them. Yeah, he was the worst in the group, I guess, outside of Bangum Smurf. But I ain't heard enough of him. He was street. He was the muscle. He was more like a 50 man, but like he was a rapper.
I mean, he was a rapper. He rapped. You younger than us, so you don't know. The mics you had in the Source damn near sold your album too, nigga.
Definitely.
Back then, like, Source was actually, you know, like
credible.
Like you know how you gave me that complex view of the 50 top albums. You remember you gave me that, Real?
Yeah.
50 top rappers.
Yeah.
Nobody takes Complex serious. Source was actually legitimately took it serious. Like if you had a Source number of mics in your album, niggas was like, they would listen to it. If Source gave your album 4 mics, people was gonna get that shit. Like
I think people take Complex serious now, though.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the Source magazine.
Different classes for sure.
Yeah, they was actually taking serious.
Yeah.
So like if Source said your album was a 4.5, like that was like you had to at least listen to it. It was like that type of situation. And they like everybody at the magazine was talking about Southern Playalistic Cadillac Funky Music supposed to get 5 mics. And that nigga Benzino said he didn't believe that, so he vetoed it. But everybody else in the magazine said only because he was the owner is the only reason. But he apologized. He said I thought it was hot, but I didn't think it was like 5 mics hot. But he was like everybody at the magazine, like we was having an argument. And then he was like, I apologize. I'm the one that did that. He was like, in hindsight, when I see what they did, how their careers went, and he was like, how people think about the album because he was like, I didn't see it like that. Maybe because I'm from Boston, but he was like, every single person in the magazine, they was arguing with me at meetings. Like, I had to veto that shit. I was like, they not get the 5 mic. So I'm like, damn. And I would say the album was a 5 mic. And that's just my opinion.
That was one of the things that they mentioned when I Google searched it, was that the industry critics talked down on it because they didn't like, basically they self-produced that album. So I think that was more like a machine trying to take them down type of thing.
It wasn't even that. Benzino said it was him personally. If he would have okayed it in the office, because at the end of the day, he was the owner of the magazine. So, like, at the end of the day, his say-so is final, whatever it is, you know what I mean?
Raekwon's second album is considered a sophomore slump.
That was a slump. That was a slump. That shit was garbage.
That shit was trash.
Yeah, they said
it was first one. It's probably not as bad as I thought, but it's compared to his first one, it was trash.
One of the reasons why they said RZA didn't produce any of the songs on there.
Method Man's second album wasn't good compared to his first one either.
What was the second one? Just Day?
Mm-hmm.
T2?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that shit was good. It was
Trump on his album, even though niggas act like they don't fuck with Trump.
Yeah, he had hot songs on there.
Yeah,
Make Us a Breakup.
That's one of my favorite Method Man songs.
And D'Angelo?
I listen to that shit all the time. Not all the time, but at least once every year. I listen to that shit at least once.
I forgot about the shit.
I'm tired of the games, the lies, the petty alibis. Like, he actually was killing that shit. It's overshadowed by the joint he got with Mary J. Blige.
All That Is You?
Yeah, it's overshadowed by that. Yeah, but that's actually his second best single.
That beat so fire. Nasty. I like that joint. That beat fire. One more sophomore slump album I'm gonna mention. Rick Ross. So Port of Miami, fire, and Trilla, consider his sophomore slump.
I don't know. I thought that shit was good. I don't know what it sold though. Just because I'm against Rick Ross, so I was.
I actually remember buying that Trilla album.
That was my shit. Like a boss.
Yeah.
That was my shit.
It was good though. I
thought it was too. But
saying check the sales. It might have been a sophomore slump. I didn't recognize it to be that.
So Trilla actually did better in the first week, but it only went gold, where Port of Miami went platinum. Both debuted at number 1.
I guess that is a sophomore slump shit.
It's still successful. It still was a success. They be cool.
I forgot he used to be signed to Slip and Slide.
It's probably platinum by now, right? Probably platinum by now.
That's the thing about Rick Ross. I feel like he make really good albums, but I don't feel like the replay value was high. You see, so Google said no, Rick Ross album Trilla did not go platinum, but it's certified gold. Yeah.
40 years later?
That's a slump. That's a slump, bro. We ain't even argue about that.
Yeah, that's shit.
Yeah.
Shit, look how long it took Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt, to go platinum. Ross only got 1 platinum album.
Get the fuck out of here.
His only platinum. I know. He's another one that sells the illusion that he's so fucking successful that you think he's doing better than really is. So yeah, Port of Miami is Rick Ross' only certified platinum album.
What about Teflon Don?
You could have fooled me, bro.
Teflon Don went gold. He has several gold albums, including God Forgives, I Don't, Teflon Don, and Trilla.
But he pretty much a gold motherfucker.
But you know what he really living off of is the singles, though. Because he got singles that go platinum. He got a whole bunch of platinum singles.
Like Fabulous.
Yeah. Fabulous is the perfect example. Fabulous don't be having like commercially successful albums, but he got a lot of like platinum singles. Yeah, I'm looking at the shit on Wikipedia.